Okay, I've got something for you that's a little bit unique, I think. I don't think there's anything else you'll find on YouTube like this. If you can grasp the opportunity or realise what I'm actually trying to explain to you here. Forex. Now, I've been studying Forex on the Forex markets for about 7 years. Now, when I do something, I really get full on submerged into it. I don't do things by half. So I've I haven't just been studying the Forex markets part time. I've been absolutely, really analysing everything. I'm very good at spotting patterns. If I do take online IQ tests, I'll get about 180. I'll get really high scores on, anything to do with sort of perceiving patterns and repeating patterns and things like that. Well, the way the Forex markets, well, first of all, 95% of Forex traders will lose money. It looks easier than it is. It'll suck you in. It will drive you up the wall. You think there's so many ways you can make money out of it, but, well, the figures speak for themselves. 95% of people end up losing money. Take the emotion out of it. Manual trading is really about ego. There is no reason to there's no need to manually trade Forex when you can write scripts, or you can use EAs, expert advisors, to automate your strategy, so it'll just trade itself. That way you take the emotion out of it, you take the stress out of it. And what I'm trying to do here, what I'm trying to achieve in my life, is freedom and liberty. And the only way you're going to get freedom and liberty, and by that I mean freedom obviously from the 9 to 5. What on earth are you doing? What on earth are you doing? There are ways to make money without using up your energy. What is money? Money is an exchange of human energy. So the goal is to make money without using up human energy. At the bottom of the pile, you've got people digging ditches for £10 an hour. They're using up a hell of a lot of energy, miserable existence for a pittance. And at the top of the tree, you've got people using no energy, hardly any energy, and they're making good money. Now, obviously, if you've got money, you can do that. You can invest in stuff. You can buy houses and rent them out and make a good passive income. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to find an escape for the common man, the little guy who's only got a couple of £100. How can you escape the rat race with a couple of £100? Well, I've done it for you, guys. Just wait to the end of this video and watch my following videos. I've created an algorithm, I've created a script, I've created a robot that is unlike anything that the banks have managed to achieve, anything the top traders can do. It completely outperforms them. I've run it through years and years of back tests, 100% tick data. The key is it uses a tight stop loss, and there's no drawdown. It is completely safe. You can, if you've only got £200, you'll not lose that £200. You will not lose that. You will not lose more than your risk. With what I'm about to show you, you're risking £10 to £20 maximum. If it all goes pear-shaped, the worst that's going to happen from your £200 investment is you'll lose 10 or 20 quid, and that's it. You can't lose your whole deposit. It's impossible, because you're only trading a fraction. And if the thing goes wrong and starts losing, and it never has done, and it won't do, because it's based on the fact that the Forex markets are fixed, and I've found out how they're fixed and when they're fixed. Soros is telling us that he's manipulating the euro GBP. And I know how he's doing it. I've spotted it. It takes years and years and years of study. If you can work it out, and if you can find this golden egg in the Forex markets, which I have, then you don't have to work again. You don't have to do obviously you can do things constructive with your time. There are jobs in this world that people need to do, doctors and nurses and stuff. But if you've got a crap job, I'm giving you freedom. You can now go and do charity work do good for people. Spend time with your family. This is what life is all about. There is no rest night or day for those who work for the beast and his image. Get out the capitalist system. Get out this whole work ethic mentality. It's all a scam. It's all a con. These people are, these people that hire you and exploit you for £10 an hour. They are the lowest of the low. They're the souls of, they're capturing prisoners of the souls of men. So this is your escape. I've been working on an escape for you, and this is it. I am going to charge you, but if you're a truther and you're already a subscriber to my channel, then I owe you this for free. I will, if you've got a crap job, you're a truther, you're my type of people. You deserve this, and I've done this for you. So if you're already a subscriber, contact me privately. Otherwise, I've got to keep this limited because I've been here before with horse racing information. I had the golden egg there. I was getting the most unbelievable information, far better than anything anyone had ever got before. I mean, it was just stunning. First time at horses at 33-1. This is inside information. I was having trainers phone me up live from the track. And that was one way of passively making a good income. Those days are over now. People got sent to jail for fixing horse races and stuff. I didn't fix any horse races, but jockeys and stuff at the time were, I didn't know if they were fixed or not. But basically, Forex is fixed. A lot of horse racing used to be fixed. It's fixed by the big players that are way above the law, the banks and the likes of Soros and stuff. And I found out what they're doing. Now, it's a case of, like I say, it's a case of trying to make money without actually doing any work, and that's the clever way of doing it. Work is, it's just disgusting. I mean, it's absolutely, unless you're doing something constructive. But if you're not doing something constructive, if you're just involved in retail or some rubbish like that, then it's just get out. Here's your escape. I'm giving you an escape from it all, and you can actually make money for no money. You can actually make a good living with a very little amount of money and no effort at all. And like I say, that's what I've been trying to achieve. Passive income from little capital. I was a top affiliate marketer for many years for e-cigs and watches, and especially e-cigs. I mean, I was massive in e-cigs. When e-cigs got started, I was colonising Google, because in those days you could get to the top of Google quite easily, and I did. Well, when I say quite easily, obviously everyone would be doing it if it was that easy, but I was one of the few people who could completely master the Google algorithm within a short space of time and get to the top of Google for all sorts of keywords and make a lot of money while that was going on. And affiliate marketing was a great way to make an income without much effort. Or you had to create websites and stuff, so there was a bit of effort involved. But this is absolutely no effort at all. Once you've initially set up your robot or your script to manually trade it, and like I say, I've created a robot script which is far superior than anything on the market. There's robots selling for 10,000, 20,000 quid. This is way better, and I'll explain why it's better, and I'll prove it's better. And here it is. This is what I've discovered. So Forex, basically, the Forex markets move in channels, and they break out of these channels. I mean, that's all you really need to know. You don't want to be looking for individual patterns. All these indicators down here Bollinger Bands, MACD, momentum, relative strength index, everything down here, fractals, oscillators. I've tested them all. I've tested all. You'd be you can listen to me now and save yourself years of wasting your time. None of those indicators on their own will make you any money. If you've got the patience of the saint and your patience of the saint, and you want to manually trade, then and you want all the stress involved in that, then fine. Get a few indicators together and good luck to you. But you'll end up joining the 95% that don't make any money out of Forex. If any of these indicators worked on their own, well, there'd be EAs for them. You can turn all these indicators into scripts, or you can get a combination of these indicators and turn them into a robot, an extra advisor, a script, and still they won't make you money. What I've done is I've done a lot of research on the forums and worked with some people that were very experienced in Forex. First of all, ignore all these courses as well. All these courses on YouTube absolutely drive me up the wall. Absolute scams, all of them. Complete scams. One I'm about to tell you and show you is in a different league than any of that stuff. So markets moves like this is called Panca. It's a what you're seeing here is a signal. Is a indicator. And it's called the Panca Eagle indicator. It's on my list here somewhere. So basically what it is the price is breaking out of this area, to new levels, and that's the way Forex works. People trade these breakouts. So you've got a breakout here, for example. You can make a bit of money here. Then it pulls back in. You can trade it as it pulls back in, and then it comes back out again down here, down to a new level. Obviously, you've made a lot of money if you were on that move there, or if you were on this breakout move here. Obviously, it pulled back here. It could have stopped you out here, and then it picked up again. Now you can automate this. I was going to say price moves in breakouts. It also moves in channels. And a really good indicator is not as a standalone indicator, but a cap channel trading indicator. You can see how the price moves here. It moves in channels and it breaks out of these breakout boxes. And it's incredible actually how it adheres to this. It doesn't it breaks out below it quite strongly there. It's probably a news event or something, that I'm not quite sure. But anyway, so you can see what happens here. So price is breaking out each day of these box areas, and it moves in channels. So what I've done is, and I've analysed all these markets, and I've come up with a system which manually trades the automatically trades the market using a script. And here's the results. Okay, so what we did here is we started with a £200 balance. This is a strategy tester. This is MT4. The MT4, if you don't know, I'll explain all this to newbies. Basically, it's the sort of the industry standard interface for trading the markets, or the Forex markets and the indices. And you've got an inbuilt strategy tester. So you can run all your strategies through this strategy tester and back test them, as many years as you want. There's no point back testing anything too far already, because the market's changed. You need something that works now, works sort of within the last year or the last 5 years, and then just keep checking and testing and making sure that it doesn't need tweaking as market conditions change. This won't need tweaking because it's based on the fact that the markets are fixed, and they're fixed at a certain time of the day, and it's just astonishing. I mean, well, there's the evidence that the markets are fixed. I've created an algorithm that detects it. That's gone from £200 to £5,000. £200 to £5,000 in 12 months, to £2,000 to £50,000 in 12 months, with no risk whatsoever. Zero risk, because it trades a type stop loss and only trades a fraction of your account, and it wins well, let's have a look. This is 100% tick data modeling off Tick Story, which I'll tell you about in a minute, where you can download all the data for the last 12 months or the last 5 years or 10 years, and then you run it through, you back test it through strategy tester, so it gives you the exact, as long as you put in all the variables, the spread, slippage. I'm using IC markets. There's no real slippage with IC markets on the Forex. It's an unbelievably tight spread, practically no spread at all, but there is a commission, a small commission, so I've got to take that into account. The strike rate here, well, maximum drawdown was 15%, and that would have been 15% or £707. So that's somewhere near the end. Somewhere near the end here. It went to its maximum drawdown, which is about 15%. It's about as much as it can possibly go down. So if you're starting small for 200, the most you're risking is, like I say, 10 or 20 quid. It'll just win. It'll win and win and win. I mean, that's the whole point. It's got a strike rate here of what percent of? They got 85% profit trades percent of total. 85.2%. 85.2% of the trades win, and the ones that don't win, are just break even or slight small losses. Apart from, maybe one or two, which. But they can't be because I'm trading with a tight stop loss, and everything else here is trading without a stop loss. Everything is martingale or a grid system. Martingale or a grid system. Okay. All of them, every single one of them in the marketplace, the EAs for sale in here. Sorry, computer's locked up again. Okay, top experts. Okay, so these are the most popular expert advisors. Some of them are selling for like 10 grand, and they're crap. All of them are rubbish. I've tested them all of them. Every single one of them takes you into drawdown. I mean, takes you into a massive drawdown. If you go and actually put it on visual mode and see how they're trading, they're going hundreds of pounds. I mean, you need a massive bank, and you get a margin call and you get wiped out. They're going hundreds of pounds into the red, and you have to just hope and pray that the market comes back to where it was, and you end up making £1.53 profit or something. I mean, that's not the way to do it. That's just horrible. That's no way to live. It's stressful. It's horrible. And this is what they all do. All of them do. You can click on these, and you've got an option to download the demo. So you can download the demo, then on 100% tick data. Don't ever use strategy tester without downloading the tick data from Tick Story. You can download the tick data and run all these tests, run them through all different time frames, and what happens is, sure enough, you'll get a line going up, but you get this big green line here going like this, where it's gone into drawdown, and then suddenly, boom, it just drops to zero like a stone. And that's the case with all of them. They're all grid, they're all martingale, and they're all trading without a stop loss. Okay, apart from the scalpers is what you want to look for. You want to look for scalpers with a tight stop loss, but the only scalp the only scalpers on here that are using a type stop loss are not making money. None of them are making money because they're the golden egg. That's the golden egg. If you can trade without any risk or with a very, very tiny little bit of risk, I mean minuscule bit of risk, and still get the sort of returns which I'm getting on my robot here, you know, turning £200 into 5,000, then you know, then you've got the golden egg, and I have got the golden egg now. This is it. So if you want to get involved, get in contact with me. I'm offering 10 places only, and each place position I'm charging £10,000. Basically what you've got here is something that you know, like I say, it's totally unique. It's something that the banks can't do. The banks are making, like, the best traders at the banks are making 5%, 10% a month. You know, this is making you know, much more than that. It's and it's doing it without any risk whatsoever. So I've got some VPSs set up here, and like I say, I'm downloading and running tests all the time. This is Euro GBP from Tick Story, 100% tick data, downloaded from 16th of the 10th 2018 to the 15th of the 10th 2019, so the last year. So I've downloaded Euro GBP for the last year, and I've run it through on M5 period. Every tick the most precise method based on all available time frames to generate each tick. Got 99.9% tick modeling from Duca's copy. I'm on a spread 2. We got a very, very, very tight spread on IC Max, actually a bit tighter than that. Okay, all my parameters and stuff are logged in here, but they're secret. I'm not giving them away because that's how it makes the money. And like I say, we run this from for the last year, and we start with a balance of £200. So no risk whatsoever. We're starting here with tiny amounts, 0.11 mini lots, 0.11. So we're not even on a full lot. We're on a mini lot. So there's no risk whatsoever to your money here. I mean, none at all. The worst that could happen is you know, the first 3 or 4 would lose, which is pretty impossible because we've got an 85% strike rate, as I've just shown you. I'll show you again in a minute. But you know, so and you know, you'd end up losing 15 quid before you realise that something's not quite right here, and that the system isn't working anymore. It is working, and it's working at 85% strike rate. It's not going to stop working because it's based on something naughty that they're doing. Yeah, there we go. So we start with the first trade is £6.68 back in 24th of October last year, and then we got the next trade is a winner. Hang on, £6.68, £16.77, £8.84, £13.10. And here's the first loss, minus £3.36. We're already up to £242 by then, on the 30th. So we've made £40 in 5 days. And on it goes. So basically it's an 85% strike rate all the way through here, no risk whatsoever. You started with £200, you could have started with £2,000, you could have started with £20,000, and there was never any risk to your initial capital. Okay, it starts making money straight away, and it only risks a fraction at the start anyway. You know, and after that you're trading with you know, someone else's money. Your money is the initial 200 or the initial 2,000. Never at risk. At any time, you can take that money out and say I've had enough or whatever, because it's not. It's 85% straight away. It's going to start winning straight away. Okay, so by the end of the year, it's slowly increased, and it would just keep on increasing. We're up to, by February, we're up to 0.31, still mini lots. There we go, up to a full lot and a half by August. Now, that's for a full lot and a half. You only need an account of maybe 100, 120, 150 quid. I think 150 quid on IC Markets will buy you a lot and a half trade. So we could start. We could have started with 1.55. This is incredibly conservative, incredibly safe, incredibly modest. I'll run another test in a minute where we do actually, use the full £200. A £200 deposit on IC Markets will give you a one lot trade straight off, and we've started with a 0.11. So we've gone very, very slowly and very small. By the end of the year, we're trading 2.54, still very small by anyone's standards, and the profit returns now are like £141 per day. And we're up to £4,768. Okay, so that's how it works. It's on the Euro GBP. It's a scalping system with a very, very tight stop loss. There's no green line here, no drawdown, no risk whatsoever to your capital, or the minutest risk, and the massivest returns, far, far, far superior than anything the banking Forex gurus can do. What I've achieved and what I've created, and if you can grasp the opportunity, what I'm telling you here, I am telling you how to give up your job and make an easy living. I've got two VPSs. So this is VPS 101. It's different VPS, slightly different parameters I've put in on here. Run it for the same time period. On a wider spread, a spread 5, the spread's never that wide on IC Markets for these pairs. But anyway, so it's just slightly less, 4,048. Well, it's actually more above there, isn't it? So it's about 4,300 or something. Yeah, like I say, never any risk at all, just from the start. Trading 0.11s, very, 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 very tiny amounts with a very tight stop loss. So it's just completely and utterly safe. And I'm not interested in these big grid, and nor should you be. They'll just ruin your lives. It's sod's law that a grid system or a martingale system or one of these other EAs, and they all do it. The scalping EAs don't work. None of them for sale work. On if you run them through 100% tick data on Strategy Tester, the scalpers don't work. The ones that will show you a line that goes up, are the ones that are using martingale or grid system or something, or not using a stop loss. And as sooner or later, all of those will go bust, all in one day, all in one trade. Okay, this cannot happen on this system. It's impossible. Like I said, we're trading with a tight stop loss, and this is the only way to do it. If you can create a system on Forex that does this, you've got the golden egg, and that's what I've been trying to do for the last 7 years, and I've done it. I've achieved it. I've got something that no one else has got, and it's for you. I'm going to share it with you. If you're a truther and you're already a subscriber on my other channel, then I owe you this for free.